was so good. Skip, you remember that big massive, and everybody talk about, well, this line might be better than the old Cowboys. No, it's not.
It was the greatest offensive line I ever saw.
No, it's not. This offensive line can't hold a candle to the offensive line. But it is a very good line, and I believe Zeke would be able to pick right up where he left off if he were to miss time.
Okay. Now, back to the man who has his fingers on the purse strings of the Dallas Cowboys, one Jerry Jones with his son Stephen Jones. And I'm going to read you a quote from this past combine from Jerry Jones. And I want you to keep this in perspective as you continue to pick away at why is Zeke doing this and that and the other. This is why Jerry Jones is going to get this done and figure it out. However, whatever he's going to do, this is over my head because Jerry Jones has proven to me to be a cap master. He and Stephen did not just fall off the turnip truck from Arkansas when it comes to salary cap manipulations because they know how to finagle. They have created loopholes through which they have jumped before, and I don't doubt that as we speak, they're figuring ways to sign all three of these players and make them top three paid at their positions. But here's a quote from Jerry from the Combine. There is absolutely nothing, short of the health and goodwill of the people I care about, there is nothing that means more to me right now than if I could get another Super Bowl. Nothing. And he goes on to say, this is my 30th Combine, and I don't have 30 more. It kind of surprised me that Jerry was talking about his mortality. Remember, we mentioned this on the show. And he says, so I'm running out of Combines. It's more urgent than ever as I sit here and talk to you than it was 20 years ago. So yes, it is more urgent. He is obsessed right now with his mortality and trying to capitalize on what's on the verge. The Dallas Cowboys are a team on the verge of greatness. It's a loaded football team with a lot of young talent that is about to mature into potential Super Bowl talent. I think they're going to win the NFC this year and get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, and this is highly amusing to me, the Cowboy haters out there, and there are billions led by the man across the table from me. What didn't you do is the question. The Cowboy haters have only one hope this year to derail the Cowboys, and it is contractual controversy. It is impasses and squabbles and stalemates and, oh, my God.
We didn't create this.
Okay?
But
well, it hasn't been created yet. You're trying to create it.
It's already created.
I mean, it's possible, by the way, it's possible Emmett just kind of wanders in this afternoon and says, okay, I'm here. I mean, I'm sorry.
But if that's the case, look, if you're thinking about holding out, why would you spend any excess money, even though it's just a plane ticket, probably cost you a couple of $1,000s? You're trying to hoard. You're trying to save everything. No dime is going out because we want to put pressure, because we know y'all snooping around, looking at bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. Because you know, oh, he run a little short on money. We'll wait him out. If Zeke is done what he was supposed to do, which is, hey, I'm saving everything. I'm not spending anything in excess except the bare minimum living expenses. He gonna be good. But Skip, what's working against Zeke also is that he has so many other guys that's in the very same position. You mentioned it. He has Amari. He has that. You don't think Jalen Smith want money? You don't think Byron Jones wants his money?
These are great problems. I love that. Keep going.
But you know what?
You're making me happy.
It is, Skip. But no matter how much money Jerry has, he can't pay everybody. Everybody's not going to give... It looks to me, nobody is looking to give Jerry Jones a discount because they see how much money they're making. And it's like, why would I give who I've struggled, got here, performed, and I'm going to give a billionaire a discount? I wish I might. I need all my money, everything, Jerry. You just spent $250 million on a yacht. Now, hey, break bread with me.
Who did you blast the other day? You blasted Jerry Jones for cold-bloodedly cutting Allie Burns. Remember that? Remember that?
Yes.
And what was the upshot of that cut? What just happened? They just added $5 million more to their salary cap. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Sharp. I know you enjoy your pipes tonight.
I had no pipe. I had a little something else. But that's nothing here.
I think you did have a pipe.
We're not talking about that, Skip Bayless. How about this?
We don't want to know.
But Zeke is looking at it. Amari's looking at it. All these guys are looking at it. Hold on. The man played hard for us. Broke his ankle in a playoff game. And on a Monday, before we go to camp on Thursday, you say take a pay cut or else. Well, he says no, and you release it?
Okay, but what do you keep telling me? It's all about your money, right? So when Zeke heard that Alan Hearns got cut, he probably thought, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Oh, they ain't got enough cash register to cash out everybody.
Well,
they ain't got enough.
I don't know. This is what's funny to me. You can bash Jerry all you want for his football decision making.
Oh, no.
But you can't bash him for salary cap manipulation.
No.
He is the genius master of it.
No, Skip, I'm not back. Skip, if it was left up to Jerry, there would be no salary cap. Because you know Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones would go get the best player no matter what he costs. That's why he went and got
He would be the NFL's George Steinbrenner.
Exactly right. He doesn't want a cap. So but Jerry also, you need to understand, Skip, guys want their money. They're not going to give Jerry a discount. Tom Brady has given New England discounts for 15, 16 years. But that's not, nobody else has a wife that's worth $300, $400 million. That's her money. Okay, Tom is like, you know what, guys? I'm willing to play for, say, 50 cents on the dollar so we can put a better team on the field.
As opposed to LeBron James, who makes...
Why are we talking
wait a second. Who makes like $80 billion off the basketball court, and he says, I want the max.
Yeah.
It's principle. Why didn't Tom Brady say, on principle, I want the max?
Because that's what owners do. When they go to when they come to Fox, when Shanks is sitting in that room, they don't say, oh, you know what, Shanks, y'all been covering us for 20 years, 25 years. You know what? We're going to cut y'all a deal. They want the max. When they go to all these other networks, they say, we want the max. So, players, give me the max.
I think you just suggested that Tom Brady wants to win a lot more than LeBron James wants to win.
No, but you see, that's how Stephen Jones framed it. You see how they frame it? To try to tell the fans, if they don't give me a discount, they don't really want to win. Well, if you don't really give these TV networks a discount, you don't really want to be on TV. By that, now,
I think we're talking apples and oranges.
No, we're not talking anything.
Yeah, we are.
See, you keep on wanting, Skip. These guys are millionaires, and you want them to give billionaires discounts. Why?
I didn't ask for a discount.
No, I ain't saying you. No, I ain't saying you. I said you asking the team, because this is your team.
I'm okay.
No, you want your team.
Yeah.
Skip, I don't care. Even if they sign these three, Skip, you cannot pay all your good players. It's impossible.
Okay. Jerry Jones will figure this out.
Not
he hasn't figured out other things.
Not in time.
You hope.
Not in time.
You hope against hope. Yeah, this is your only way out of this.
You think I want bad things to happen to the Cowboys?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, come on, Skip. What kind of guy would I be?
You got a swimming pool of Diet Dew bet on it.
What kind of guy would I be if I wanted something like this to derail the Cowboys season?
We've never
All you
seen
got.
that
It's your
person.
only hope. Last point about Jerry Jones. He is a player's owner, often to a fault, except in this case. Jerry Jones, over the last 3 years, has built a reservoir of goodwill up with one Ezeliel Elliott. Zeke loves Jerry because Jerry has loved Zeke so much that Jerry has had Zeke's back through thick and thin, and it's been mostly thin off the field with Ezeliel Elliott. So through the cloud that hung over Zeke through the 2017 season, who had his back, who was right there fighting for him every step of the way? His owner. When he came back after the 6-game suspension, we saw it in the documentary that Zeke walked into Jerry's office and they hugged and kissed, man.
They hugged it out.
Yeah, they hugged it out. It's so great to have you back. We missed you so much.
Yeah, okay.
And when the Vegas incident happened, right on schedule, when I thought I could turn my cell phone off at night, like you always say, Jerry's got to keep it under his pillow.
Exactly.
Jerry stood by him and said, there's nothing there. Jerry always says there's nothing there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Even when there's there's nothing there.
So now it's time for Zeke to have Jerry's back. Yep. Just watch. Zeke loves this team. He loves his quarterback. And by the way, speaking of his quarterback, did you see that video? I don't know if we have it queued up, but did you see Dak walking off the plane?
What did he look like?
Oh, he looked so good. Did you see how svelte he looked?
255?
Oh, he looked like he's 240. I don't want to see him anymore.
Oh, gee.
There, look at this. Does he not look like a stud to you?
He always looks good. Like
that looks
doesn't look
good
different to me, though. He looks good.
I don't know about that.
Oh, well, there he is. You were pretty excited about him yesterday, though, Stu.
question. Who do you think has made who more money? Do you think Jerry Jones has made Zeke more money or Zeke has made Jerry more money?
What does it matter?
Yeah, to Jerry.
What it matters is I've made you all this money, but you want to make me take a discount.
Well,
Where did you do that at?
Who provided Ezeliel Elliott the America's Team stage on which to make money and to perform at the highest level and to be able to do this?
Yeah. You know what? So what? I might be a comedian, and maybe I've never done Madison Square Garden. But if I do enough of the improv or the comedy store and I keep selling out, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
So Zeke was going to go on somebody's stage and sing and dance.
Well, maybe in Columbus, Ohio, you could do it. But
You know what's okay. So in other words, Ezeliel Elliott is only Ezeliel Elliott because he's playing in Dallas, Texas.
It helps to be on that stage. Everybody benefits.
Well, let me benefit. I need to benefit right now. I need some money.
Yep. Dak will get his, then Amari will get his, and then Zeke will get his.
Zeke said,
all is well in Dallas.
The guy that plays the toughest position as far as physicality, you want him to be third in line to eat.
The guy who plays the toughest position by far is number 4, the quarterback.
All I know is your guy is 4-4 without Zeke. He's 28-10. One game
Yeah, but he didn't not only have no Zeke, he didn't have his left tackle and he didn't have his linebacker. Yep.
If Zeke does not report, though, he still is subject to a lot of these fines. $30,000 a day. If he misses a preseason game, $226,000. I don't know if that's a big deal, but at the time it feels like a lot still.
Nope.
To me, I would like that.
Hey, you see this, Andy?
Rescinded.
Zeke, they put all them fines on you.
Yeah,
we don't need any more fines
We're
for
good.
him. Okay, well, someone
bad.
who was
We're
in a
good.
pretty good mood yesterday with this new team, Odell. Will he lead the Browns to the playoffs? We'll discuss that next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.